1987 Renault GTA, or Alliance, but we'll call it an Alliance GTA. That's what this car is. Back brakes. I've said this before, and most Renault owners know this, and there's not too many newbies left, that this adjuster in here, which I'm going to take off and clean and then readjust the brakes, these shoes have to be adjusted extremely tight, or else you won't get a very good brake pedal. That's been well known for years. People say, well, the newbies especially, I don't have a very good brake pedal. What's wrong? I've replaced this and that. What's wrong? And you have to tell them, if your front brakes are good and your back brakes are not adjusted all the way out, almost tight, not tight, it doesn't make sense, but it has to be adjusted where there's little or no free play, then you'll have a decent brake pedal. But if you don't adjust it, and these adjusters always freeze, like this one, of which I have to take apart, clean, and then readjust, that's what the problem is. Now, the other thing is, when you take your drum off, it's easier to service your brakes instead of having one unit, which doesn't make any sense. People say, well, I'll just take this off and then put the whole drum on. Well, it's a pain in the butt that way. So you separate the drum from the hub, and then it's easy to make adjustments by hand. And I've done it pretty good that way. So this is a Kelsey Hayes design. It wasn't very good at the time, and sure, here it is almost 30 years later. It still works, but it's just a crappy long-term design, put it that way. They work great when they're new, but boy, put a couple years on them and you gotta take them apart. So that's the problem with the Alliance brakes, is you have to have a good adjustment and make sure your cable's up for your brake cable, of which I've replaced with the rubber cable.